Welcome to Shut the Door to Disease. This week I'm going to share about the importance of sleep for optimum health. One of the things that is very important is to find a rhythm to go to bed every day at the same time and wake up every day at the same time. Here are some tips that I wrote for you that will definitely improve your sleeping and therefore keep you energetic and with better health. And if you are ill, this will really help your process, your healing process. So here we go. No TV in the bedroom. A lot of people have their TV in the bedroom and they just watch it until they're ready to close their eyes, so they basically turn it off and go to sleep. I encourage you not to do that. If you do that, I recommend you stop watching the TV about 30 minutes before you go to sleep. If you're not in your room, but you're watching TV, same thing. Make sure you stop watching TV before you go to sleep, about 30 minutes before you go to sleep. Another important tip is create darkness in your room. The darker the room, the better your sleep will be. If possible, very, very low noise. If you can manage that, it is very noisy outside of your room, perhaps you can get some earplugs. And if it's not dark enough, buy those the blind shades that people use in order to have this sensation that it's dark. That is also a very important tip. The darker your room, the better your sleep. Another important thing is caffeine. I like coffee, but I make sure that my last cup of the day is between 2 and 3 p.m. every day, because I go to sleep at 10 in the evening, so I have enough time there to rid of all the caffeine and therefore have a better sleep. All right. Relaxing music. Instead of TV and those 30 minutes you already say ready to go to bed, right as you lay down, I would encourage you to use your Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, Amazon, whatever media you use for music, and find some relaxing music that will help you relax and go to sleep. As we grow up, my friends, we stop producing enough melatonin, which is a key component for our sleep. We're natural producers of melatonin. It helps with anti-aging, but more importantly, it helps us relax. When it's darker, we're starting releasing this chemical. So very important. So in my case, I do take every night a little pill of melatonin, and I also take magnesium. It is found that magnesium and calcium also help you relax for a better sleep. All right. What else I can tell you? Relaxing, or actually pills or medication to help you sleep, Ambien, Xanax, whatever you may be prescribed, those work in the short term. But in the long term, actually, they end up disrupting the rhythm, the architect design that we have to detox and restore. Plus, you may get hooked on that. So I would not recommend doing that. All right, take your melatonin, your magnesium or calcium. That will pretty much do the same job for you. If you're anxious, or your partner snores and you can't sleep, or you snore and you can't sleep, you may seek some medical advice and go test it for apnea or other issues, that sleeping issues. Okay, what else can I say to you guys? Very important here, and this is key. You see, our cycle is 28 hours. The moon cycle is 28 days. And the sun's cycle is 365 days, but we do have a cycle of 24 hours, and a good portion of that cycle is for sleeping. Because when we sleep, our body is designed, our subconscious mind, to actually work, spend energy detoxing and restoring us, or restoring our bodies. But instead of that, what happens to many of us, or many people, is that they eat their heaviest meal, or even if it's not the heaviest meal, but only about an hour before they go to sleep. So what ends up happening is that the body now is using the energy for digestion instead of detox and restoring. And that's why, have you ever felt this basically this experience of being sluggish or low of energy in the morning? You pretty much push yourself out of bed. That's why. It's because we spending energy time for detox and restoration with digestion. So I suggest you to have your biggest meal at breakfast, the second largest meal at lunch, and then at dinner, your lightest meal. But the key to a good sleep and good detoxing and restoration is to eat 2.5 to 3 hours before you go to bed. In that way, when you go to bed, your digestion is done, so there's no more energy usage for that, and now the body's ready to do its work of detoxing and restoration. Let me see if I can think of another one that is very important for you guys. Actually, another one that it's really not really that bad, but avoid alcohol usage at night. If you're going for a little cup of wine or a beer, that's okay. But anything more than that will help you go to sleep. But it is known now that it's not a good deep sleep. So if you can, by all means, just have maybe one drink, again, 2-3 hours before you go to bed. That would be fine. And that's it. That's it for today. I hope some of this stuff is useful for you, and I'll see you next week. God bless you.